G'day, this is Blake, bringing you Dungeon World as part of the Gauntlet Group, online gaming, X cards in play as always, and yeah, we're doing Dungeon World because I was feeling nostalgic. Thought we'd do some old school fantasy sword and sorcery stuff. All right, we're doing new characters, revising characters, and old characters today. I think I'm playing with a bunch of Europeans because it's like nearly 6 o'clock in the morning here in Adelaide.
I mean, technically I'm Antipodean, but I'm living in Europe.
Alrighty. So I think it's around 7, 8 o'clock at night over that way.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
8 o'clock here.
In Europe, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear us?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm a bit late.
It's all good. There's the play sheet link. If anyone has any questions about so this is in my own homebrew setting of the Gloom, which is sort of Celtic mythology inspired. I didn't get my bloody words out this morning. Anyone have any questions? Fire them away at me.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Celtic dreamlands, isn't it? Like a sort of perennial, medieval type thing with influences from the contemporary world and magic and dreams and all the Celtic gods and different races and stuff mixing together.
Cool.
Man. What does a Vivaru barbarian look like? That's an interesting question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Silks, definitely wearing silks. I'll start with bonds first, shall I?
So you've all met. Needs to drop down.
Who is that? Sorry.
That. Let's come back.
Hey, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties.
That would be Jeremy. Yeah. Let's try and
that's
see
right.
who's who.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. Am I correct in assuming that I do have 4 hit points at the moment at level 1?
No, that can't be right.
14. Oh, no, it's class plus full constitution score.
Yeah, I've got +0 to Constitution.
Yeah, but the full constitution score. So it's 9 plus,
Okay, cool. Yeah, 13.
Yeah, that sounds better.
That's slightly less quickly. Cool.
So a thief, a wizard, a barbarian, and a ranger. Alrighty.
This is more like a typical dungeon party, isn't it? Really. I got tired of hitting things as a cleric though, and it not really doing much damage. Like D6 is your total. I'm looking forward to chopping things in half, hopefully today.
Played Dungeon World before, Jeremy?
Sorry, I was on mute. No, not yet. Actually, I've just played D&D. So I've been sort of getting into Dungeon World. I'm hoping to run Funnel World.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
soon. But I haven't actually played it yet, so I'm really excited.
Have you played any Powered by the Apocalypse games?
No, but I am familiar with like the idea of like the moves, and I've played.
Okay.
Actually, I've played World of Dungeons, which is kind of
Okay.
similar.
Yeah, cut down. Let's forget the roll for your party. There we go. There's for your party. Yes, everything's 2d6. I can get rid of that tab. Get rid of that tab. And now, I don't mind if people want to be, rip-off merchants or go, bugger this, we're going to flee out of town. I don't, just find ways to work in to do it together, It's a cooperative game. I had one game I ran where they tried to befriend every monster they came across, and they were bringing pig's blood to vampires and all sorts of shit. They're just like, nope, we're going to avoid fighting. It's like, it was different, but it was fun,
Okay.
So what have we got? Kieran. Okay.
All right. Do you have a button called Brand on your screen?
Brand, yes.
Yes, you click on Brand, and then apparently Show Display Names is a toggle there. There we go.
Ta-da! You're a genius. All right. Done.
Okay.
So, Darko the Thief, Kieran the Wizard, Tricena the Barbarian.
Tricena the Mighty Barbarian, thank you very much.
I thought he'd correct me. And Bathus the Ranger.
So, I don't see anything on the character sheet. How do you roll up armor? I don't see.
You just pick it. It'll be on the playbooks.
It's at the bottom of your playbook on the second page underneath your advanced moves.
Got it. I found the gear. Yeah, thank you.
No worries. I couldn't find it either last time. I was like, what the hell am I looking for?
Okay.
Well, all right. I'm going to ask some questions to sort of link you into the plot here. All right. Tricena the Mighty Barbarian. Why did your family ask you to come to Weird? Now, Weird is a small mining town in the foothills.
Hang on, let me look at my notes from last time. They asked me to come to Weird because they were worried about Croesus, my good-for-nothing cousin who has been taking money and never pays it back. Not like good Riasus, who is living fine in the city of whatever it was last time. But yes, of Phineas. Riasus is in Phineas and living high, whereas Croesus, the last thing we knew was that he was up to his eyeballs in debt in the mining town of Weird. And
Okay.
I must go there and drag him back by his tail.
This seems like a Darko question. Darko, how many times have you walked through this town at night?
What is the name of the town again? I'm sorry.
Weird. W-Y-R-D.
Weird.
It's a small mining town in the hills.
Weird. Okay. I walked through the town at night a lot of times because I was always looking for opportunities, and the mining part of the town is very good on those, because there are a lot of people who want to deal and make some deals, and that's why I was looking for it. I wasn't very successful most of the time, but I know
that's
my
why
way.
you left town for a while, and
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I know my way. I know my way around. Yeah.
Alright. Excellent. Yeah, we'll go with this. All right. Bathus, the ranger. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. What did the mystic imply was in this town for you?
What did the mystic imply was in this town?
Yeah.
The most delicious dinner that I'd ever seen.
Okay.
And just like her mentioning it made my mouth water and my eyes just grow as wide as saucers.
So you're a bit of a tourist adventurer. You like seeing the sights and exploring food at different towns as you're being a hero and stuff.
That's right, and I write in a little book my impressions of each town.
Alrighty. And lastly, where have I done? Kieran, that's it. Kieran, when did you meet your first love here? Could have been a childhood crush, could have been a teenage thing, could have been your current wife, partner, whatever.
I think we were traveling through with my master at the time, and I fell very hard for the local bars who amused themselves for a little while with me before moving on.
Now, you moved on or she moved on? Well, they moved on, I should say.
She moved on.
Yep.
To her, I was a fling, but to me, it was my first and deepest love.
All right.
Plenty more foxes in the woods. Plenty more. Adam, can I ask you nicely to rename yourself on StreamYard with the 3 dots just over your little image on the bottom left of your screen?
Sure. Just give me a minute. Sorry, I'm on tablet for this, so
right, yeah, makes sense.
the settings are a little bit different. I will try and figure that one out while we continue.
Cool. It'll just save me from looking at you and going, Adam, every time, because I can see it written down over your face.
Okay. If anyone's got a bond they want to share with someone else or just throw out to be open thing, fire away.
Well, I've gone with Darko is always getting into trouble. I must protect them from themselves. Kieran is puny and foolish, but amusing to me. I mean, he's always sopping over this girl in weird, I know that. Yeah, and Bathus is is a gourmand, someone who appreciates the finer things in life. And one of my Herculean appetites is mortal pleasures and fame and glory. So Bathus and his Epicurean lifestyle clearly appeals to me in some sense as well. Maybe a bit finer than
Does Trorsena share Rice's love of spicy food and hot sauce and stuff?
Oh yes, of course. Yes. In fact, Kieran is the only one who doesn't really like spicy food. That's why I find him so amusing. He goes bright red every time.
Why would you want to ruin food by pumping it full of spices?
Slaps on the back, knocks you over.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else got a bond you want to share or use there you found?
Oh yeah, I've got. I stole something from Kieran, which I think aligns pretty well with what bond he made for me, which is that he hired me to fail to pay me for my job, and I wonder why.
I wonder where that pouch of gold went.
Yeah, well, yeah. So now I have I know kind of a double con on you, man. I guess. But maybe I'm confused about it as well. Yeah.
Maybe there's like an evil wizard, and you both plan to get, stuff from him. But
Okay.
he summoned a bunch of minions to chase you, and you both had to flee town. And
Yeah.
I do love the idea that Darko stole Kieran's gold and then stole the thing for Kieran, and then came round expecting payment and was like, "Oh well, I suppose I'll let you off this time." Like since I know your cousin and everything, but you owe me one.
You owe me
Come
one,
on, I'll buy you a beer with your own money.
Yeah, but and also I have Tricena, and I have a con running, so maybe Tricena is in on the type of cons that I do on people.
Well,
maybe
hang on, is Tricena broad enough to do a con?
Yeah,
average. Yep.
average. Yeah, and maybe not enough to pull it off, but I think more than enough to. This is another one of the reasons that Kieran is amusing to me. Is that I know that we bought the money that Darko paid for us all to go out for a drink was taken from Kieran's pocket. And I find that hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's got a bond with Bathurst, or has Bathurst got one they want to use or someone else?
I have one.
Right.
How many bonds can we have?
I mean, you can use all of them, but just 2 each will do. Just so there's some links.
Yeah, I have a bond on Bathurst, so he has my back when things go wrong.
Okay, so you trust him.
Yeah.
That's right. Perfect. And I'm a fellow. Tricena's a fellow traveler, right? We talked about that.
Yes. Yeah. We've got
the Epicurean delights and all that.
Yes. Your bonds, by the way, are just on the bottom of the first page. I think you can just make them up as well.
That's cool.
Locked in stone.
So just so I know. Okay, cool. I can see your character names. I couldn't see it before. Okay. Well, of course. I have Tricena's back and Kieran's and Darko's back. I'm an extremely loyal person to a fault. And I believe that each of the bonds are different, but I believe that all three of you have no understanding for life in the wild. So I need to guide you all through it. And this is part of my guidebook. We'll sort of teach you how to go from town to town and survive in the wilds, and in the wilds of these weird towns and villages.
There is no drink. There is no gold in the wilderness. Why would anyone spend their time there?
Right. Exactly. I'm taking the wilds to mean I'm a ranger, but I'm taking the wilds to mean the wilderness of I'm thinking small villages and hamlets that are not metropolitan, and so my animal companion is also a mule.
Okay.
There's never been a bad game where anyone has a pet mule.
So these are the wilds of suburbia, if you will, or
rural,
the rural areas.
Yep. All right. So, you're meeting in town. All right. So we've got Darko the Thief, Kieran the Wizard, Tricena the Mighty Barbarian, and Bathurst the Ranger. So we're a party of Bavarians and humans. Okay, or false folk. Jolly good. So you're meeting in town at the Colossus. So there's a 60-foot Colossus, which is a massive marble statue of like a miner with a pickaxe and a helmet. There are other statues around town, which are like 10 foot or 3 meters of stuff from the region. So like one of a goat, one of a harpy, badgers, griffins, cows, goblins, snakes, and jackals. But yeah, the biggest one is in the middle of town, which looks like a miner, and that's where you are. You've heard a couple of people have gone missing. And people are scared and not going out at night and that.
Darko, was this not what you and Riasus dealt with in town? He said something about a blob monster or something. Riasus,
Yes.
when he is drunk, talks a lot of shit.
Yes, it was exactly what he said. He was right, and it was worse, and it was more dangerous. But this is, I think, a little bit different because people were attacked in this town, and this is the people who are gone missing.
No,
So-
sorry, this is a new town to the one you're
Yeah.
in last session. So
Yeah, that was a different place, and we fixed it, and everybody was happy. We bought a lot of we made a lot of food for the poor, and now this is different. But we can do this again. Help the people, right?
Mm-hmm. So, is anyone posting like a bounty, or like is it just word of mouth?
yeah, there's a couple of sort of things up at the local. There'll be one at the tavern, one on some of the bigger statues around town. You know, this person's missing. Reward for information.
Well, I'd like to head over to the tavern if it's all right with you three, because I've heard that the lamb stew is just simply sublime, and we need to get. I think it's very important in wilderness, like in the wilds like this, to eat well while we can. You know, feast while we can.
Yes.
It's like Bear Grylls by way of Nigella Lawson. All right.
I like the idea that you keep referring to it as the wilds, and we look around. It's a pleasant little idyllic village, right?
Yeah.
Here in the harsh, unforgiving wilderness, you might find a 3-star hotel with a thing.
Right. Yeah.
That seems good, Kieran. There will even a lamb stew. Even you cannot turn your nose up at that. I swear it will not be the blandest food imaginable.
We should see.
Alrighty. All right. So you all head over to the tavern. Good to make up a tavern name. Anyone got a good idea for a tavern name?
The Weasel's Respite.
Weasel's Respite. Need some alliteration in there.
Okay. The Hobgoblin's Hearth.
Yep. Done. All right.
Tell me, Bathus, do you think this will get 4 or 5 stars?
Well, we haven't eaten yet. I mean, it's a beautiful little pigsty.
All right.
And
So
we walk in, and I put my finger on the table and sort of slide it over the table, and there's just like a thick layer of grime on one of the tables.
A place with history.
you could even say culture.
I rub it in between my fingers, and then I lightly kind of reach my tongue out to taste it. And I'm like, someone has been here. Someone has been here shortly before. I'd say a large man. He had some kind of curry-based food. Some kind of curry.
All right. Yeah, there's a big pot of stew. It smells good. It's a full-on cauldron on the fire. We'll say it's mid-morning. So it's like 10-ish. There's a couple of farmers also in the tavern. Yeah. So yeah, they can bring over some stew unless you order something else, or
I think Kieran's going to begin by pushing up his sleeves, slightly nudging one of the stools away from the table with his foot, and then very tenderly just touching the stool enough to cast prestidigitation on it and clean the thing before he sits down.
alrighty.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'm going to take out basically a long sort of like piece of parchment that's curled from use, and I unfurl it, and I put like a little rock that's sort of like a paperweight on it, and I take out a ink well and a quill, and I put it next to me, and then I sit down and I'm ready to dig into the lamb stew or whatever stew.
Yep. Yeah, the stew's pretty good. Darko, are you having any, or are you just sort of keeping an eye on it?
Yes, I am. I like that it's very spicy as well, because I have developed a taste for spicy food as well. And it's good. It's I don't talk much because my mouth is full of food. I was hungry.
Yep. No worries. Did any of you grab any of the notices, or did you just sort of memorize it?
Oh yes, I have one of those in my hand, and I reach down and grab a bowl and just go stand on the table and go. People of Weird, we are here to slay the monsters and reclaim the people who have gone missing. Come, tell us your problems and your woes, and who seeks the fist of Trisenna the Mighty and my brave companions.
A couple of the farmers will sort of dip their bread in their stew, and they just look at each other and look at you. But the barkeep comes over. Yes, it's terrible. Two of our people have gone missing. One's only new to town, but the other one's been in town a while, and nobody's seen them. They just disappeared one night.
Did they know each other?
I think so. They disappeared at the same time. One of them looks like you, actually. One of them was a very...
no one looks quite like me, but perhaps you mean little Kieran here. Slap on the back and knock Kieran over again.
Actually, no, they were both very...
Avoiding eating goes flying.
Viveru, the fox people. More of our kind. I hope it is not our cousin Croesus, Kieran. He is a wretch and a gambling fool.
He says, yes, I think that was his name.
And Darko was just telling me about how Riasus had paid off his debts and made him promise to live a new life.
The other one's name was, hey, Kieran, what was the bard's name?
The bard's name was Deirdre.
Deirdre and Croesus are missing.
Wait, did you say Deirdre?
Yeah.
And I grab hold of Kieran and hold him protectively. And I go like, do not speak that name. Be gentle with my family.
Must you? Really? Please. When was the last time you washed this jerkin?
2 weeks ago. He still has orc blood on.
How are we related?
Well, it was your aunt and
that wasn't an actual question. It was rhetorical.
Yes, of course, Kieran. I am sorry. Your heartbreak makes your pain and your rage show through. Embrace
the
it.
things I do for you, Darko.
Someone's got to do it.
Okay. So, yeah, those are the two that are missing. In this case, they're both actually Viveru. They went missing 2 nights ago, and people are sort of don't want to go out at night now. They're scared.
Where was it? Was it at a special place, a specific place in town?
No, they've just gone missing, and they were sort of known to people, and no one's seen them. No tracks, no nothing. Vanished.
And only Viveru were the ones that were...
Well, there's only 2 people, but yeah, they're both Viveru in this case.
Okay.
Is there some kind of reward for this?
That's a good question, which I forgot to ask.
Yeah, there's 5. Well, people don't really know Croesus that much. So, like 3 crowns reward for Croesus, and we'll say 15 crowns for Deirdre. She's a local. Most people know her.
Yes, I've heard most people know Deirdre. I would not pay 3 crowns for Croesus. In fact, he owes me 3 crowns already.
Yeah. Maybe if we save him again, he will have to owe us a little more. So that's a future profit.
Okay, Bathurst, the stew is good, but there's not a lot of like herbs and spices in it. It's well cooked, well made, but it's not exciting.
I note this and I add the mystic. I add a note as well that the mystic deserves some of my ire for this absolutely banal but still hearty stew. Certainly nothing sublime here. I call the barkeep over and I order one of the ales. Maybe an ale might be a little bit better.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you'll bring over some ales and some. And they'll probably have potatoes. So yeah, there's vodka as well if people want that.
Of course, more vodka, more potatoes.
Oh yes, that's what we need.
Yes, that is what you need. Yes.
Alrighty.
I try each thing, each food item on the menu, and scribble some notes down about it. Just in shorthand that's unreadable to anyone else.
All right.
Well, Kieran, do your magical arts lend you to finding your cousin, or are you going to use the same old excuse that you have not quite learned that spell yet?
I don't think I've ever made that excuse. My magical talents are beyond reproach. I wouldn't expect you to understand anything of this, though, Tricena. It's far beyond you. I could, however, perhaps perform a ritual to speak to the local spirits and see what they might be able to tell us about the situation.
I will do the same. Knocks back the vodka.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, rituals normally take a fair bit of time, but for all the following. Okay, so
Kieran's thinking ritual for 2 reasons. 1, because he doesn't really want to burn any of his own resources on this quite yet. And 2, because rituals tend to be very flashy and show-offy, and he wants to, and that dig from Tricena about him not knowing magic is kind of smarting slightly, so he wants to show off.
But we need a place of power.
We do. Do we have a place of power nearby that I might know of?
Can I spout lore on that, because I feel like I would maybe know a little bit about the area and the surrounding region.
Oh, in this hellish wasteland that we found ourselves in.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Our pub. Yeah.
Sure. Yes,
Right.
a roll plus int bonus.
Okay. All right. That is 7. Can anyone aid me in this endeavor? Probably not.
What's the space?
Only a +1 though.
Yeah,
So
it's still only going to be an 8. So, all right,
You're right,
something
yeah.
interesting. There's some valuable iron mines outside of town, and the giant marble colossus statue in the middle of town will be a good place to center a spell, but it doesn't actually mean it's a place of power.
All right. Well, I communicate that to to my comrades that they might. I don't know how helpful this information would be, but maybe the spell can be centered around that giant marble colossus we saw earlier.
Really, your knowledge of these deep wild is incredibly impressive. I really don't know how we've managed so far from civilization without you believing.
We would perish naked and starving within minutes if it was not for this guy. As the fire rages next to us.
Okay, for the ritual, you would need one of their personal items each. You will need water,
Okay.
and you risk angering the spirits.
Tell me, friend Barkeep, which of these hovels belong to Deirdre and Cross?
Charisma bonus. All right.
Hey, I've got a charisma of 12. Oh, thank you very much.
He's like, I don't know where they live. I don't know. Darko knows.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you've been in town quite a few times.
Oh, so I know where these people live. All right.
Yeah, everybody knows where Deirdre lives. Not in a sordid way. She does singing and stuff at the front of her house. She does singing at the front of her house and entertains people.
Yeah, I'm just still eating the stew and looking around, and I'll say, yeah, of course, everyone knows where she lives. And I would like to look at the barkeeper and the people who told us about. I wonder. I want to study them a little bit. I wonder if there's something they're not saying. Maybe something they're hiding.
The people in the tavern. So you want to do discern realities to see if.
Yeah. I like that.
All right. Yep. Roll plus wisdom.
Okay, so my wisdom. So that's 8 plus 2 is 10.
Ah, so you get 3 questions.
Okay.
Have you got them now? You want me to read them out? Or?
Yeah, I've got them here. My first. Do I just tell you all the 3 questions or one by one?
Oh, we're gonna do one at a time because it might change which ones you want.
So my first question is, of course, what here is not what it appears to be.
People are scared, so there's obviously a non-obvious threat that's making them scared and less likely to talk.
Okay. Is it like something there's a specific threat that they know of?
Oh, they're definitely afraid of something, but you can't.
Okay, and my second question would be, what should I be on the lookout for?
I mean, it's not something in this tavern, but since the 2 were taken and there were no tracks, it's obviously something intelligent enough to get rid of the tracks. So it's something not here and intelligent.
And my... Well, maybe the third question would be, what here is useful or valuable to me? To us.
What here is useful or valuable? Probably your local knowledge, because if there's something harming people or chasing people, whatever, you know your way around town. There's cover, there's places to hide that could save your ass.
Okay, great. So yeah, I for now I'm just analyzing the words and emotions of the people, the barkeeper, and when we finish, I want to tell this all to my comrades that I think we should go to check out Deirdre's place and maybe where Croesus lived, and then see there, because I think whoever did this is it was something well planned. It's not something that is like wild or a monster. That's what I think for now.
Be strong, Kieran. I know
People
the
are scared.
heartbreak this will bring to you.
People are scared here, very, very scared. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit scared too.
Have no fear, Darko.
Well,
Tricera the Mighty is here, and Bathus.
and Bathus.
Yes. I will shepherd you through this wilderness of human greed.
Thank you,
Kieran.
Bathus.
Lead the way to the love of your life's house.
I do wish you would stop calling her that. It was a long time ago.
Aye.
It was so long ago.
True love never dies.
Especially when people keep bringing it up.
From what Arantas said, you see this building every night in your dreams.
Karen blushes deeply and then hurries in the direction of Deirdre's house.
All right, so you head. She's on the main street. She's got a pretty nice 2-story house. Well, it's a cabin, really, but okay. So there's only a couple of guards in town. They don't get a lot of trouble. So yeah, one of those will sort of let you in, and so yeah, you can have a look around.
Yeah.
Kieran just keeps stopping and reminiscing and completely tuning out the surrounding area until Crikena gives him a shove or something to bring him back.
Everything goes sepia and he's in flashback mode.
Yeah.
And this happens every 2 or 3 minutes. It's a constant problem over there.
Keeps picking things up and just staring at them solidly for 3 minutes straight. And just really stupid things.
He's looking to the left of the camera and there's just one tear goes down. Oh dear. Alrighty. Is anyone looking for anything specific, or are you just generally having a look around her place, or are you coming to loot the place while no one's home?
Well, I was thinking about it, yeah. Yeah, I look for traces for some kind of clues.
Yeah, Tricena goes straight to whatever the closest liquor cabinet is, and helps himself to some of the vodka.
It's there's not vodka in her place. In her place, it would be mead and mead and wine. It's all fruity.
Ah, even better. Deirdre always had such fine taste in everything.
She did love that elderberry wine.
Especially jewelry.
Yeah, there is some jewelry. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to speak over you. I was just asking if her instrument was still there.
I think that Bathus is visibly uncomfortable in being in a woman's space. He's like, this is very improper. We shouldn't be here. We should be looking outside for clues. And he leaves the room. He leaves the room, and just starts nosing around outside, seeing if he can find anything.
You can look for tracks and stuff outside. That's fine.
Sure.
Inside, there's all the different fruits and fruity wines and meads. There is a fair bit of jewelry, but most of it's cheap. It's it may be presents from people, but it's not good quality stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to look if something was stolen, and then
that's just it. There's quite a fair bit of jewelry there, and none of it's missing. It's obvious it has a decent size collection.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know.
We need a personal item from her, so I think I'm going to try and find her lute or some other musical instrument that she might use, because I think that would have the best connection to her.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. She can have a lute there. It's resting on some pamphlets or brochures or something about a honeymoon holiday.
Okay. After going into another one of these sepia flashbacks, Kieran manages to get hold of the loot.
All right. So,
Kieran, what have you found? You found the instrument. Good.
I found it.
I'm terrible at both spout law and discern reality, so I am just in the I'm waiting to hit something, basically.
I'll get Bathurst to roll plus wisdom to do his hunt and track stuff. See if it's tracked outside and that.
Awesome. Okay, so I actually did really, really well. So let's see, 11 plus. Okay, so I got a 12.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like male and female Viveru went outside at night and something lifted them off the ground because the track stopped. They don't double back or cross over or anything.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, no, you got above 12. So, and there's a feather. It's 8 inches long feather.
So it's so I can determine what caused this trail to end. Oh, I choose one. So okay. What would be something useful to know about this thing that I'm hunting?
Well, either it can fly or it's got a minion that can fly. Because there's feathers, and they were obviously hoiked off the ground in some way.
All right, so I bring this in. I bring the feather in, and I tell the boys, what's happened.
They're all standing there holding up her underwear. No.
And I ask Kieran, do you know what kind of beast might have had this feather? Like what kind of feathered beast might have picked him up? And I give him the feather.
Oh, fascinating. Kieran actually pays proper attention for the first time in his entire session. You found something that's curious, something that he might know something about. Law, is that plus intelligence, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Cool, I'm going to attempt to spout lore, I guess. That is a 9 plus my intelligence, so that'll be an 11.
Something interesting and useful. There are big eagles in this area, but you're pretty sure this is from a harpy.
Ooh.
I'm going to say...
What?
I'm going to say Kieran and Darko have come across harpies before. That might have been why, when that wizard you tried to rip off before or whatever, he summoned some harpies and you had to run off. So they've got that harpy siren call thing and can fly, obviously, and they're not super friendly.
Would a single harpy have been able to carry both, or is this likely to be multiple?
No, there'll be at least 2, because they're not that strong.
That's scary.
I will share this with the rest of the party at length and showing off my knowledge of. In fact, this is probably one of the harpy feathers from the outer wing. You can see that the shape is used to regulate the.
You always loved your picture books.
But where did they go? Where do the harpies live? Or who do they work for?
Well, you remember that there was some working for that dreadful old man that got so upset with us.
Yes, I remember that. Not the name, but the dreadfulness of him.
Oh, who can remember such petty details?
Those harpies were scary. So you think that harpies might work for someone else, for the wizard, for a wizard or someone powerful like you, Kieran?
They do often hire themselves out to people of power, such as myself. But they could have some aim of their own. There are multiple working together. Perhaps this is some form of harpy clan, or perhaps they're doing someone else's bidding. Either way, I suspect that they're probably in a high area. We need to know if there's any mountains, particularly rough terrain, that would put them high up and is difficult for anyone else to traverse.
Well, the town's at the edge of the foothills, and it is a mining town. So yeah, you can see the mountains from here on sort of two sides.
Kieran hasn't paid attention to those. I thought that would be careful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So are you doing anything else in Deirdre's place, or are you going to go somewhere else? Or we'll say it's mid-afternoon now.
Well, since there's nothing valuable to steal, we can go.
It's sort of cool breeze, partially cloudy autumn day.
To Croesus's place, see if we can get one of his personal items as well.
Yeah. You can ask around. He was staying in the inn. There's only like one inn in town.
But Batis, you found tracks of two Vivero, right? Vivero. So there were two people who were abducted here. It was either Deirdre or someone else, and someone else, or Croesus was with Deirdre.
Quiet, Darko. You will break the boy's heart again.
Oh, sorry. No. That must have been a mistake.
Look, I have found something of
She was
Kieran's
alone.
outside, not in of Croesus's, not in the bedroom, of course.
No, it was downstairs next to the honeymoon brochures, actually.
Yeah. I mean, would we have to discern realities or something to maybe find, perhaps, because if the two Viveru were here, then it implies that one of them, the other one, was Croesus was here as well, right? Like,
Well, he could have like a jacket or a cloak or something, and you can just pick it up and smell it. Being Viveru, you recognise your cousin's scent. Yeah, he was here.
Well,
I realising that Croesus's scent is all over the bed sheets. And
Oh no!
I mean, you always favoured Croesus's, so it's kind of like maybe, like she settled for second best, I guess.
just say, like, shut up, please. Stop talking.
Gentle. I go to pat you on the back again, but this time I stop just before I hit you, and I gently pat your shoulder.
Some wagons bringing in some ore from the mine. You can hear the creaking of the wheels because a fair bit of stone. It's quite heavy.
So just double checking, do we have a personal item from both of them at this stage then?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
You got a cloak and a lute.
So we just need water.
A small stream passes through the water mills towards the valley. So, yep, you can plenty of water. You just need buckets, basically.
And is there anything that I can think of? Would I be able to make a spout lore roll, or possibly a discern realities roll, if you prefer, to figure out if there's any action we can take to avoid angering the spirit this way? Anything we can do to mitigate that slightly?
That seems more like spout lore roll.
Okay. That's an 11 on the dice, so a 13 total.
All right. Well, most of the people around here have been farmers or miners, and lots of miners. So if you sprinkle some coins around, the spirits may take them because it's all about the money. Cha-ching.
I walk up to the cart carrying iron back from the mines, and I ask if I can have some of the raw ore that they get, and I'll trade coin for it. And then if they're okay with trading it with me, I'll bring it back to Kieran so he can use it in his ritual.
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent.
So I do that.
They got a lot, so you can just bring around a rock, and you can just crush that up and sprinkle around. That'll do. That's
great.
Excellent.
It'll just sort of show you're here on good faith, because. Yeah.
Excellent. I will settle myself down then and lay out everything that I have, everything that we've prepared, and attempt to create the ritual.
It's going to take about 3 hours. Because it takes a while. Is anyone going to help, or is you're just going to wander off and let him sit there doing it? Or
no, this is family business.
Yeah.
Right, I have to go feed my mule. So
that's fine. They're going to keep prodding him. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
No, I'm gonna. As Bathus needs to go feed his mule, I'm gonna say, "Hurry back, Bathus. We may starve without you." That's my style.
I nod very seriously, like, yeah, I know.
Comes back with an Audi shopping trolley. No, it's not that suburban. All right. Okay. Darko, are you doing anything at this point?
No, I'm just hanging out with Kieran to see what he does and assist him if I can, or making sure that he doesn't escape. Yeah.
Kieran's putting a lot of extra flourishes into everything and doing a lot of slapping to get his hand away every time he tries to move something.
Okay.
It's like living with a toddler. All right. So, ritual. Yeah, so it's still cast a spell. You've taken your time, and that's so. Yeah, I'll say roll plus int. And you get a situational +1.
Cool.
And he rolls a 2. No. Nobody's failed yet.
Well, yeah, I made that another 11 on the dice, a 5 and a 6.
Correct. All right.
Yeah, that would be a 14.
Yeah. So I'm sorry you're doing this next to the big statue because it does seem like the logical place. So what were you trying to get? Just a sort of locator spell, or?
Yeah, I'd like to know where they've been taken, and as the primary, like give us a destination, and then any other information about what has happened, why it might have happened, that spirits are willing to give me.
All right, so you've got some of this iron ore dust as you sprinkled around the area, and you're sort of shaking your head while you're doing the spell and doing all your gestures and incantations, and you realize they're actually here. They're tied to the statue, but they're like out of phase or out of sync. You have to use magic to see that they're in the next reality. But they,
Okay,
I'll say
cool.
you can ask them 2 questions before you snap back to normal reality.
Where have the missing Viveru been taken?
No. They're here next to the statue. When you're in the ritual, you can see they're actually there in like a reality parallel with ours.
So Deirdre and Croesus are here.
Yep, tied to the statue.
Oh, interesting. I guess the first thing to ask then is, can I return them, or how can I return them to our plane of existence?
Yeah. Stop the wizards. The wizards cursed us.
Where is the wizard?
In the earth. Seek him in the earth.
Seek him in the earth. Okay. I will pass this on to my fellows. So they are here. They have been phased out of our reality. They are bound to the statue, unable to leave, unable to be interacted with by anyone around. It's quite an interesting piece of magic. They've been bound by some wizard or wizards who I have been told we must seek in the earth.
So
we have to dig. I don't like this manual work very much.
There is the mines. We can.
Right.
We can
You're so
find
smart,
it.
so-
Oh yes, of course. It runs in family. But Kieran, that is excellent work. That you have found the working of a wizard even mightier than you, whose work you cannot undo.
Excuse me, I know exactly how to undo it. You hit this wizard on the head very hard with your big weapon.
Yes, you know how I can undo it. Good work, Kieran. Very good.
You acting as my tool. I'm a wizard. You don't expect me to get my hands dirty myself. That's what people like you are here for.
Yes, of course, that is what people like I am here for. For the work! For the glory! And I'm holding Deirdre's mead bottle in my hand.
The only question I have is that where on earth around here would we find a mine? You see, like, moving behind Kieran in that wagon again.
Yeah.
Right behind him.
Well-worn tracks outside of town into the hills where the mines are, yeah. Sign saying mines.
Yeah.
It's a real
Bathurst,
something. Thank goodness we have Bathurst here.
Bathurst the ranger, as you take your mule to get fed and come back, you notice all the animals seem skittish, like they weren't the first half of the day. But as he started doing his ritual, then, yeah, including your donkey, your mule, all the animals are just sort of avoiding people. They seem more scared now.
I communicate this to the group. I tell everyone that the animals seem a little frightened. Did something happen, or do you think there's some kind of change that happened just now? Could your ritual have affected the animals, Kieran?
Shouldn't have, but you don't have to tell them.
Impossible.
To the arcane workings of the world, and such a great power that I just drew upon might have drawn their attention.
I nod as if understanding, but don't understand at all. Just no.
Darko, you get the feeling you're being watched.
Watched?
Yeah.
In that case, I try to hide that I'm feeling someone watching me, and I try to sneak to a shadowy place or a hidden place where I can get a view of the surroundings.
You're looking around in the corner of your eye. It's like things are hazy all around you.
Oh, like unnaturally hazy, you mean?
Yes.
Well, I tell the group, guys, do you feel something strange?
So when I've come back to the statue, I've brought my mule with me. That's how I could. That was my first cue that the animals were behaving strangely. So I command my mule to discern realities. I think that's how it works.
Okay.
So it says I can command it in something it's trained on, and it's trained on in laboring. And so I tell him, there's something strange going on here. So I want you to do some work for me. And
Well,
I don't know. Is this gonna fly?
Scout. Scout would be sort of keeping an eye out.
I see. No, it's not a scout. Never mind that.
Oh no, yeah. And just saying, realize that it's coming. Oh yes, you can.
Oh,
go,
okay.
Go,
Okay.
magic mule. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna discern realities. I just got snake eyes, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
and
matter.
the. Oh,
Yeah.
so you failed. Yay!
Plus-
Someone failed finally.
Yeah, 2 plus 3, so 5. Or 2 plus 2, 5.
All right. So there's a voice in Tricena's head. That sounds different to the other voice in Tricena's head. That says, kill them all and riches will be yours.
In my head.
Yeah. It's sort of kill them all and riches will be yours.
But I am in it for the fame and the glory and the mortal pleasures, not for the riches, material gains. There is no fame or glory in killing your weakling cousin.
Are you saying
Where
this
are you
out loud,
talking
or are you
to?
just kind of doing it in your head?
Who are you talking to, Tricena?
Well, as I think I just say that last part out loud. There is no fame and glory in killing your weakling cousin.
Oh. Well, that seems something that Tricena would usually say without being asked.
I mean, I'm always saying it.
Without being prompted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns
But,
around and smiles at Kieran, big thumbs up. Yeah.
But Kieran, do you think that maybe if you have performed your magical ritual, that another wizard who is maybe more powerful than yourself would be able to detect it?
Why is everyone immediately assuming this other wizard must be more powerful?
I don't know.
I
I'm
mean-
just hypothetically, if that's not that it's possible that some other wizard is more powerful than you, but if it was, would it have been possible for him or her to detect your magic?
It's a him. When Kieran did the ritual,
Oh,
you recognize the style of magic of the guy you guys had to flee from before.
oh. So
There's something
would
extremely familiar about this magic. It's definitely a he. I suppose that it's conceivable that someone might have picked up what I was doing, but very, very unlikely.
Good enough for me. Let us onwards to adventure in the mines. I've always wanted to do a mine trip, like it is classic.
Yeah.
Do people want a toilet break or
Yeah.
tea break, whatever?
Yeah. Could I ask for 10 minutes? Because I need to make myself a quick sandwich.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, we'll go 10 minutes. All right.
I normally wouldn't be so mean to another player character all the time, but I feel like Adam can take it.
I feel like I've probably earned it as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did kill 2 characters saving you last time we played.
Plus, you've always got the very first homebrew campaign I ran. I blew off one of Will's characters' arms in the first session and made him deal with it for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, bullshit.
I think the first game of Traveller I played, we took on some Varga and they headshotted me, and I died in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, oh well, I'll just create a new character, but all the other players were really pissed off about it. It's like, oh well, I wasn't attached to the character; I'd only just made them, but it just really annoyed everyone else more. All right,
how dare you kill our comrade so quickly?
all right. Yeah, I made up this adventure about 2 years ago, and I thought, that's cool. Oh, yeah, what the hell was I thinking? Alrighty. We all good to go again?
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now like 3 in the afternoon. Oh, no, you did your ritual thing. So it's now like dusk. It's getting dark, and it's autumn, so it's getting colder. Might even rain later on tonight. What are you all going to do? You going to head out of town, stay here for the night? Stay in Deirdre's place since no one's there?
How far do we have to travel to the mines?
The mines, it's like 3 miles, so yeah, 5k.
It will be through harrowing wilderness and rough terrain. We will never make it, but only when we have Bathurst here.
Yes, maybe the wizard won't expect us at night.
Plus, we are going underground, right? It makes no difference if daylight or night.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're setting off.
Yeah.
After about 10 seconds, you're attacked. No. Okay, so you've been going through the hills and valleys towards the mine. It's getting darker. And then you hear get them all, as harpies descend upon the party. Who wants to go first? Who's got a cool thing they can do, they think?
Oh, I mean, mine's just going to be barbarian rage, leap into the air, two-handed sword in hand. But
can anyone do anything at a distance, like a bow shot, or?
I could.
Yeah, I can too. I have a bow. Yeah, you go ahead, Mathis.
Magic metal I could fill in. So.
All right, we'll start with Bathurst. Are you doing bow shot?
Yeah, so I haven't played Dungeon World before. So called shot, that only works for a surprised enemy or a defenseless enemy?
Yes, and then neither in this case. They're swooping in to attack you.
Got it. So I'll just take a shot at my bow. So I rolled 2d6.
Yep, add your dex.
Great, awesome. So 4 plus 2, 6.
All right, so you... Alright, so you failed. Alright, so the shot sort of completely misses, goes way off because they're dodging around as they're zooming in towards you.
can I aid that? Like, I will lead them. I will break, stand on top of a rock, so that their attention's drawn to me, helping Bathurst at his shot. So I'll roll plus bond with Bathurst to help.
Okay.
Oh, great.
You're gonna draw the aggro if you fail or something fierce.
Exactly, that's the idea, right?
Yes.
Can I argue that I'm... No, I can't argue that I'm pursuing fame or glory here. That is an 8. So on a 7 to 9, I also expose myself to danger. Yes, so it's coming in at me. But it does lead it in front of Bathurst's shot, so he gets a +1 to his roll, which is now a 7, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, so you can do your damage, but place yourself in danger,
Okay.
or
Hmm.
you can, reduce your ammo by 1. So you've taken a few shots and one hit.
Right. So I have extra ammo, so I'm gonna just reduce my ammo by 1.
No worries.
Okay, and then I can do my damage. So D8, right?
Yep.
6.
Bam.
6.
So one of them goes, it crashes into the ground. You don't have to wound them much for them to stop being able to fly.
But I guess since I got a 7 to 9, I exposed myself to danger, retribution.
Oh yeah, the other 2 are coming for you.
Ah.
I haven't forgotten. All right. Kieran, you want to do magic missile, or are you going to hold back and do something else? Or?
No, I think I'm going to go for a magic missile. So
All right.
Attempt to cast a spell. 4 and a 2, so that's 6 plus 2, so 8.
Spell is cast, but unwelcome attention. -1 ongoing, so you've given yourself a headache. Or spell's forgotten.
I think that he's going to. First of all, he's doing the finger guns thing, like magic missile.
He's one of the Wiggles now.
And I think he's going to draw unwanted attention.
Okay.
So rolling 2d4. 5 damage.
All right. So that one hits the ground as well. So there's 1 coming for. One of the ones that hit the ground, and Darko, you were doing bow shot as well?
Yes, I would like. There's a harpy left flying at us.
Yeah. One's still going for Tricenter. Please kill it before it gets
Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, so I rolled 4 plus 1 is 5. That's a fail.
All right. The harpy descends into Tricenter like a ton of bricks. What are you doing?
I'm going to grab it and throw it to the ground.
All right, so it's still hack and slash. Yep.
Oh, well, then if it's attacking melee rather than... You know what? Actually, no, I just leap up with a 2-handed sword. Smile upon my face as I... no, I can't do it. I can't really justify his fame and glory either. It's nighttime and there's no one around. So that is a... oops, looking at the wrong one. 9. A 9. Deal damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against me. So I have a D10 damage dice this time. Just a big step up in the world of Dungeon World.
Okay. I'm not going to roll damage. I'm going to pass on something instead. You can roll Defy Danger Wisdom.
Okay. That's 7 points of damage to it.
Yeah, definitely
And
dead.
It's also forceful and messy tagged. So smashes it out of the sky with a squawk.
Yep.
The blood spatters across everyone. So roll a wisdom save, right? So
Yep, basically.
-1 on me. That is a miss.
You failed?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have a... you probably feel all right, but you'll have a compulsion to do whatever Balthazar the wizard tells you to do.
Well, Balthazar is actually my real life middle name. So yeah. I'm going to stretch the rule. He's already used to following the orders of one Balthazar, I suppose. Cool.
Okay. So, yes, they didn't even get to do their charm song. It was just bang, bang, bang. Oh. Alrighty. All right.
Yeah, I think like the blood, I'm so covered in the blood, right? And I lick my lips as it's like, as I wipe it off. And as I do that, I hear that voice again in my ears going, yes, yes, my apprentice. Together we will destroy the Jedi.
Okay, you can see they came from further ahead in the hills, which is the direction you're going anyway.
What do you think eating is like on Harpy? Bathus.
Eating a harpy.
Yes.
Oh well, it's similar to the taste of pork, but it doesn't respond very well to high temperatures. So you want to baste it at a low temperature for maybe 8 to 10 hours, and before that you want to brine it, right? Because it's not going to be very tender. It's kind of like stringy, lean meat.
Too grueling a lifestyle for me to even pursue. The lengths one must go to survive out here is insane.
Yes.
I chop off something of the harpies to show that we have bested these foes as a token of it. Good finger gun work, Kieran.
I get an idea from. I copy that idea and I cut off some harpy like feet, like chicken feet, and tie them to my mule for consumption later.
We went to a Japanese restaurant and they had battered chicken feet, and and someone walked them across the table while we were eating, and people go, "Ooh!" So
right,
funny.
yeah.
It's funny. Oh, it's good food though. Anyway, one of the dead harpies' heads sort of flicks. The gaze flicks towards Darko, and it sort of sneers, and then it flicks back towards Kieran, and then the lights in the eyes go out as it's dead.
Strange. This is some powerful magic, right, Kieran?
Well, yes, I suppose it is a little bit powerful, but I'm sure that we can
Of course we
handle
can. Yes. We've done it
no
before.
match for you, huh? I boot that harpy's head off into the woods.
Go! Oh dear. Alrighty.
We should hurry up. He knows we're coming, so we should look out for traps.
Well, we have brought Bathus to guide us through the wilderness, Kieran to speak gibberish to spirits, me to slay harpy in old-fashioned bloodletting, and perhaps you, Darko, to seek out the traps.
Of course, that's my job. Yes, and steal valuable items from the wizard.
Yes, of course. It goes without saying. It is your job for which you are still owed payment. Yes, Kieran.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yes, I'm working on it. I'm here, aren't I? I'm helping.
Yes, you are, Kieran. Let's not mention it. We have better things to think about right now. More important things. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the second-rate wizard, but I'm sure I've heard his name somewhere before.
Okay. Yeah, so you can go into the mines, or you can go up on the hills Looks for harpy nests, because harpies don't normally live in mines. They normally live, like bird nests and stuff.
But the spirits told us
And
below.
seek it
yeah.
in the earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
To seek them in
Alright.
the earth. So we should go down, I think.
All right. So you're looking around the mines. Someone want to roll discern realities? Here you go.
Yeah, I guess I'm going first to look out for any kind of traps or suspicious things. Yeah. So that is discern realities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a sec. So I rolled a 5 plus 2. That's 7.
All right.
So I have one question, right?
Yeah. Well, he was useful or valuable, I guess. So you want to find. Okay. So yeah, this area is all mines. This tunnel down here doesn't look like it's used much. It would be.
Hmm.
I can say there's another feather that matches the harpies.
Okay, so no traps, but some kind of trace. This is where we
Well,
go,
there's
right?
yeah. Just up ahead, there's a door that is locked.
Okay. So this way, comrades. There's a
So it's
door
obviously
here.
dark and cold in this mine. Has anyone got any light sources or anything? Or
Can we light up a torch?
Kieran and I can see clearly in the dark with our Riveru.
I took ferry actually through.
Yeah, I can see in the dark with my Riveru. Kieran's eyesight has never been so good.
yeah, you can just do adventuring supplies and mark up a torch. Yep, so you got a torch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so I think I also will pull out a torch, and it'll be myself and my mule. My mule's in his belly, and we'll be walking at the back of the party, if that makes sense. So there's like a torch, maybe a torch at the front and the back?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so we come up to the door, to a locked door, right?
Yep, it's locked.
Okay, and can we have a listen? Like what's on the other side, or are there some sounds? Something?
Yep. Can't hear anything. It's pretty quiet.
Okay. So maybe I try to take my lockpicks and try to open pick the lock if I can. Yeah.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. So I rolled an 8 plus 1 is 9, and on a 7 to 9 I succeed, but must choose 2 complications from suspicion, danger, or costs. So I choose maybe suspicion and costs.
No, I choose.
Oh, you choose. Okay.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
not going to be
sorry.
suspicion because you're in a.
The
Well,
wizard is already suspicious.
actually, yes, we can. There's a bunch of jewelry. So you go into this room. It looks like someone's been sleeping in there. There's a couple of sort of nesting areas for harpies. There's a table with a journal and a bunch of jewelry on it. The jewelry has Deirdre's name engraved on it. So obviously it's been stolen from Deirdre. But
Sepia tone flashback.
yeah, one of it was a necklace you gave to her. Dear. Yeah, so there's several of the nests for the harpies. There's a wooden sleeping pallet for a human, a table. There's like a journal or diary on the table with like a day planner sort of layout.
Well, this jewelry looks stolen. I think we should take it to give it back. I'll take care of that.
Can I read the day planner and see what he has planned for today?
There was, spy on town, send harpies out for food, spy on heroes, and then it's written underneath, Kieran and Darko, those bastards from before. And then there's a new note saying, tempt heroes. Oh no, recruit heroes, failed, frown face. And then most recent entry is go to town. Oh no, send out harpies, and then underneath that, go to town with this timestamp.
I feel like Balthazar is the type of wizard who just has like a thing in his day planner that says "wake up" and then it's crossed off.
Yep. That's why he's so angry at them, because when they ripped him off before, they stuffed up his day, and he kept saying, "I've got things to do."
Right. Yeah.
Darko, he seems to know who we are. Our legend is spreading.
Yeah, that's flattering. That's what I was about to say. He knows us. We're famous.
I'm sorry, Tristan. I'm sure that people will know who you are at some point.
Oh, it is no bother. It is first time I have met a famous thief. Outside of a hangman's noose, of course. Or the gibbet.
Right. Well, it says he's going to town right now, so...
Your spirit said to go underground.
Yeah, but maybe...
Yeah.
But
maybe
we
Deirdre
would
is
have
still
stayed
here.
in town.
Well, that was 2 hours ago, so...
Yes, 2 hours ago we could have just stayed in town. For 2 hours, Kieran and I am very disappointed in you.
The ways of the spirit are very mysterious.
Is there anything, does the wizards have any more shiny things for us?
Well, the harpy's nest is made of like hay and straw and stuff, so the Bathurst mule is probably having a munch on that.
Is there a spell book here?
Is there a spell book here? Sure.
Right. Well, yes, the evil wizard is in town, so good luck with that. I'm just going to sit here and...
Are there any more doors or
Yeah, there's 2 doors. One seems to be like a larder for storage, and the other one is a toilet, which is just a hole in the ground. Rather stinky.
Okay.
So just to clarify, so what happened up until now is we followed the mining path, and we were attacked by harpies, and then we got inside the mine and we found a locked door, and this happened to be where the wizard was living.
There's all the regular mine tunnels that are regularly used for mining. There was an offshoot tunnel which wasn't used as much, and down that was a door which he unlocked, and then you found this little secret chamber area.
Great. So got it.
Which is telling us that Balthazar plans to be in town.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you all want to try to stage some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of
Ambush when he comes back.
ambush?
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can do that.
Yes. Let us go back to town and keep an eye above this time.
Wait,
You guys don't want to just stage an ambush outside of the mine?
Oh, wait for him to come back. Clever bastard.
Yeah, right.
Clever. Yes.
Can we check out the storage room?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking maybe, where are Deirdre and Croesus?
Oh, they are in otherworldly dimension, bound to the statue.
Oh, you think?
Untouchable by
Correct.
Yeah.
untouchable by mere mortal hands.
Yeah,
The spirits
okay.
told me.
sorry, Carrie's reading a new spell book.
Yes.
I guess.
Straight over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's just like food and supplies and like mining tools and stuff has been taken from the mine from the looks of it. There's a map of town.
I grabbed some mining equipment. You know, you never know what might be handy later on, right?
We can say if anyone wants to restock their adventuring supplies, they can restock a slot of that easy with some of the mining stuff.
All right, I'll do that. I'll take
Kieran.
the map as well.
Yep, a fairly detailed, nicely done map of the town. There's some sort of footnotes about if I created this town, this is how it would have been done better and stuff.
It's useful to have a detailed map of this alien landscape that we find ourselves in without Bastard's help.
My thoughts exactly.
Yes.
My thoughts exactly.
Kieran, you find the ritual of how he's sort of got this alternate reality next to ours and how to sort of trap people in there, and you can drain their essence to animate the Colossus statue.
I suspect that I am perhaps seeing a downside to our wait here and ambush him plan.
Now, there's in the wizard spellbook is also kind of a diary where he's getting more and more frustrated and psychotic. There's basically people always interrupt his day and don't do things in a logical, sensible way that would make sense. So he figured the best way is to, animate the big statue, and it's just going to drill a hole to the center of the earth and wave planet bye-bye. Because it's really better we all start again in his way.
Interesting. Are we? Is he at all close to getting the Colossus working?
He's about halfway.
Would it say, be a thing that he could accomplish tonight with two people down to with a thing?
Yeah, he needs 6 people. He's getting third and fourth as we speak, or attempting to.
Then I think we have time still. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think our ambush plan is a good idea.
Great.
Yeah.
I speak up as a warden of these wilds. I can't allow him to trifle around with things he doesn't understand. We need to stop him tonight.
We need to preserve this landscape the way it is before untouched by in its rustic state.
Right. Yeah.
Deep inside an industrial mine.
Yes. So I'm for I want to scrap our ambush plan. Who's with me?
I am
I'm with
always.
you.
Yes.
Always with you, Bathos.
All right.
Oh,
Onward.
so we're going back then.
Adventuring is like this, Kieran. You make your mind up and then you must change in an instant.
That took you half an hour.
Understand this guy.
Right. So it took you half an hour to get here, but you can get back in 10 sort of thing if you hustle. That's fine.
Yeah, I just want to say I slipped Deer's jewelry in my backpack. Well, no.
All of it, or just like some of it, or
the thing that she got from Kieran.
Yeah,
especially.
It was actually decent because some of the jewelry is cheap, but the stuff he got was actually pretty nice. Obviously,
yeah. I can. It's not much, but it can pay off. I can get a good price on it, perhaps.
I'm imagining the trip back is like, Lord of the Rings, where they just leg it everywhere. Like shot after shot, we're just running.
If you play it on ×8 speed, it's much more entertaining. It's just yeah.
We dwarves are natural sprinters.
So my mule is a tireless animal. That's one of its things. It's tireless, but it's also slow. So it never tires. But it's sort of even if we book it to town, that's fine. But my mule will have to catch up with us.
I'd carry the mule. The mule is in the background of the first few shots, getting further and further away, and then in the last shot, it's got.
Yes, yeah, that's perfect. Actually, yeah, that's great. I love that.
Can I pull Darko aside as we're heading back? Trisena and Bathos get a bit ahead of us. And as soon as they're kind of out of sight, Darko, I have a sneaky plan that I think might make this go off perfectly.
I'm
And I'm going
listening.
to cast invisibility on Darko.
Invisibility. Okay, great.
I mean, you're the thief. You're the ideal person to stab the guy in the back at the opportune moment. So.
That's great. We've done this before, right, Kieran? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's never worked before, but we've done it plenty of times.
We've tried. It will try. It will work this time. I'm sure of it.
It's gonna work sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're hustling back.
Cool. Do you want me to make a roll for casting a spell?
No, not for this time. That's fine. You can do that. You're so Kieran and Darko jogging to catch up with
Tricena the Mighty.
Tricena and Bathus. There's about 20 badgers kind of flanking Tricena and Bathus. Occasionally they sort of look at you and keep going, and then they look at you and keep going, and that happens for about 5 minutes, and then they flank off.
As usual.
Can I discern realities of these badgers? Badgers,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know a little bit about this wilderness. All right, so I got a 7 plus. Let's see, so it's an 8.
All right. So one question.
All right, so let's see. Who's really in control here?
The badgers.
Okay. All right. All right. There it is.
You get the feeling they like you, though.
Okay. All right. Great. I smile to myself. I don't know if I tell Tricena this. He seems to have like an instinctive understanding about these
Yeah, like
badgers.
nature's on your side. You're doing the right thing. They're the
Right.
little cheer squad.
Great. Awesome.
They've got some tumbleweeds as pom-poms.
Tricena is already of that opinion anyways. Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Good.
Okay. You head into town. It's like midnight now. It's dark. A tumbleweed rolls down the center of town.
Yeah, I mean, carefully set the mule down, and then unlimber my two-handed sword, arc it through the air, and walk down the main street like a High Plains drifter.
All right. Everyone else going a different direction, so he's got the aggro, or
No, actually, I think Kieran's going to take up a position with his staff in hand to just slightly behind and to the right of Tricena and try and make sure that the wizard's all of his attention is on this part of town.
Yep.
I'd like to imagine that you stand right next to me and we nod like warriors together, and then as I step forward you take one step back. Yeah.
I'm guessing Darko's flanking a bit using his invisibility.
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking a little distance from them, so that have a better view from the side, maybe. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna string my bow as well. And it takes me a few times to do it.
So are you just going to hitch your mule, or are you going to drag him along, or?
Oh yeah, I've tied him up to a building on the outskirts of town. Actually, I don't need to tie him up. He's smart.
I thought your answer was going to be, he knows what to do.
Right.
All right, so the mule will go off and do kendo practice? Nah. All right, so he's fine. He's got some hay in a water trough.
Right.
Okay. All right, you sort of make it all the way to the center of town with a big Colossus statue. Nobody there. It's all quiet.
Wizard, we seek you. Come forward and face. What has he done again? I can't. Justice, yes, justice. Return my kin to me.
And Deirdre.
Yes. Well, I mean, I saw the honeymoon thing. I think maybe I'll explain to you later.
Karen looked slightly poleaxed, so he hadn't put two and two together.
Just goes pale.
All right. The barkeeper quickly sort of wander over, and he's sort of nervous, and he sort of scampers over. Oh, two of the miners are missing. They didn't come to dinner. Nobody's seen them.
Have you seen strange, creepy man? Obsessed with timetables.
A few people swore they heard laughing or like cackling or something here about half an hour ago, but yeah. Anyway, it's not safe. I gotta go. And he's running back to the inn.
Yes, run to safety. So he was here half an hour ago. Most embarrassing, but we came from mine, and I didn't see any strange small cackling man. Did you?
No. Only badgers.
Only badgers, yes.
Were the badgers cackling?
Is there any way that I might see if he was there half an hour ago? Is there any way I might be able to get like precisely where they heard the laughing coming from, and maybe try to track from there?
Oh, you can look around for tracks. Yeah, there's tracks on the ground. There's definitely sort of an older male human here.
I look around at the the cobbled streets and the little huts and the road that leads to the city behind it and the mine road and all of these settlements, and I look around and go, he could be anywhere in this vast untracked expanse.
Can I roll hunt and track for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, great. So I got a 8 + 1, so 9. So I can follow the tracks and
yep, it looks
there's a
like
significant change in direction.
Yep. So the tracks came here or wandered around the statue and then disappear. It would probably occur to Kieran that the wizard might be here in the other reality.
Ooh. Could we... I suppose the question would be, would Kieran think, could we ambush him as he steps back into our reality? Or...
You can try that, or go to the other reality. Or just try and do a giant version of Dispel Magic and get rid of the barrier between. There's an option too. And there's always, we're just going to go to another town that's too hard.
No, Kieran cannot abandon Deirdre quite yet. Even if she is married to Croesus, and I mean really Croesus. I think he's going to try and open a way for the party to enter the other reality.
All right. There's a sepia flashback to when you're looking through the loot and the paperwork on a couch, and there's a marriage certificate, but it wasn't signed yet. It was all planning for the future.
It's not too late.
All right. So you're going to do some sort of ritual again, I guess?
Yeah, I think if I've got knowledge of how the spell was cast, I should be able to cast a ritual to enter the spell ourselves. Should I?
Yep. Or you can just break the barrier so they're all brought here. Either way. Like a giant Dispel Magic, basically.
Sure. Yeah, let's go for that.
Well, you already have knowledge, so that's one component because you've got his diary and stuff.
Cool.
You've got the personal items of the two people, so that'll help as a sort of bridge between you and them. You're in the spot where the other reality is. So, yeah, it's just a roll and don't screw it up, basically.
Okay. Kieran will roll up his sleeves, try and look as majestic as he possibly can. Try and draw upon the arcane knowledge of his forefathers. And roll a 4 and a 2, so that'll be an 8 total.
To be fair, your dad was never very good at magic.
Man.
Mm.
Okay. Actually, you choose it. Which 7 to 9 do you want to choose?
Okay. So this is from the cast a spell thing, is it?
Yes. Yep. Or if you've just got a cool idea, we can do that too.
I think that I have forgotten how to cast a dispel magic.
All right.
So presumably it works, but I can't dispel any of this other mage's spells in the future.
Yeah. So not until you're sort of rested and chilled out for a while. Okay. So the realities sort of cross over and then align, and there is Croesus, Deirdre, and 2 miners tied to the statue in front of you. There's a wizard sort of standing on top of it. I'll get them. No! He points at Kieran. Where's that thieving piece of shit you hang around with? Where is he? Come out, Darko. And he's looking around. Is Darko doing anything? Or
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
I want
you need to
to-
know who we are. Have we met?
Darko, you doing
Immediately, immediately as we entered the other dimension, I wanted to sneak up behind him.
Okay. So
Is he
the
like
other
standing
reality
on
was
a?
sort of brought to this one, and he's standing on top of the statue, ranting. But you can
Oh, okay.
slowly climb up and make your way up there, or you can go up a building if you want to try and go over or throw something.
But yeah, I just want to try to. I want to climb behind him and then maybe push him down, or
So I'm presuming you're taking
jump.
your time to do it quietly.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Because I'm invisible and I want to do the backstab. Yeah.
Oh, we'll go defy danger dex.
Okay.
It's about doing it quietly, sort of thing.
Sure. And I'm invisible still, am I?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why he's looking around. He couldn't see you, otherwise he would have just blasted you.
Okay, so I rolled 5 plus 1 is 6, and that means I fail unless someone can aid me.
I will give you a situational +1 because he's pissed off. It's dark. Yeah. You did have invisibility, so that's fine. I can make it a 7.
Okay.
Is he going to take his wrath out on Kieran, who he's already named and yelled at, or the massive big target that is Tricenter? Who do you think, Darko?
Well, I think, well, what is the other target?
He's either going to... Actually, no, it's all right. I know what we can do. He's going to look at Tricenter and say, restrain the wizard. And he's pointing at Kieran.
Okay.
Close my eyes. Yes, I will restrain the wizard. And I approach the wizard.
Oh no!
No, I find myself, I guess, compelled to grab Kieran.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. And grab hold of Kieran and go like,
And I will teach him about things are done in a proper way at a proper time, in a logical fashion that people don't interfere with.
give him the
All
finger
right.
gun, Kieran, and I point him towards.
All right. Brain dump. Beth. Mathis, what are you doing?
So would he be count as being a surprised enemy, or he's not surprised at this
Yes, in your case, because he's not really focusing on you at all. He's looking around for Darko. He's yelling at Kieran. He's told Tricena to restrain Kieran. You don't know where Darko is. Yep.
I'm gonna try to call a shot. I'm sick of this man, interfering with the local habitat, messing with my party members who are just little kittens in this large wilderness needing to be shepherded. So I'm not gonna let this go on anymore. So I'm gonna call a shot and say I want to try to
head, arms,
stick him
legs.
in the head.
All right, you could
Right
go
in the
legs
head.
to make him fall off the statue, but yeah, okay.
Well, maybe he'll fall off still if he's hit in the head as well.
All right, go for it.
All right, let's do this. 7.
Okay, your damage.
So damage is 3.
All right. So, but you kind of stunned him. He's sort of, he's just kind of a bit dazed. All right. Kieran, you want to do something?
I think I'm a little bit grappled by Tricena.
You can say something, or
Well,
I mean,
I'm holding you up, and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on here, Kieran.
I think you're kind of proving his point for him, and it's really quite annoying when you get in the way and interfere with what I'm doing. The man has a point.
Well, maybe you should join forces with him. Apparently, I have. Listen, wait, and I twist you around. You got a better shot from here, right? Wait, let me grab you. Hold you up. You just said to grab you. I'm still grabbing you. And I have you held up like a.
I will let Kieran do a cast a spell roll to try and use his will on Tricena to break the link to Balthazar if he wants.
I'll give it a go.
I did love the idea of holding you like a wizard staff while you fired magic missiles.
Yeah. I'm going to raise my staff towards the wizard.
Yeah.
That is a 6 and a 1 plus my spellcasting, so that'll be a 9.
Can I aid him?
No,
Damn.
not in this case.
Well, I guess it's a 9.
Okay, and I mean, you've already got the bad attention, haven't you? I'm going to say that the spell disturbs the fabric of reality. I'm going to say Kieran still had that feather from the harpy in his pocket, and then sort of tendrils of reality just go whack, and you've now got harpy wings on your back. Orange and purple and green and big, and can't really hide them though.
Fair enough. But I have broken Tricena free of his influence. I feel like I did it. Like I'm being lifted up, I'm being aimed, I raised my staff towards the wizard, I just brought the staff at the butt of the staff down on Tricena's head. Will you snap out of it now?
I let you go.
All right,
tumbling to the ground. Yeah.
Land on the back. Ow! What the hell is this thing?
Okay, so I climb up on the top of the
If you're
statue.
in the position, you can stab him or push him, or
I want to push him.
Yep.
And say that's enough.
Yeah, it still counts as backstab. Yep.
Yeah. But do I roll or do I just deal the
You roll plus dex.
Okay.
If you fail, you slip and fall off the top of the statue.
Okay, great. So I rolled 10. 9 plus 1.
Okay.
Nice.
So choose 2. You don't get the melee with them. You deal your damage plus 6. Create an advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I think I don't get into melee with them, and I create an advantage if I push him down, and then maybe my comrades can do something to him better.
Yep. So
And
he's falling.
while I'm
He's
pushing
falling.
it, I say, "Shut up, wizards."
Keep it simple. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So he's falling off the statue. No one does anything. All right. So yeah, he falls to the ground. All right. And he sort of, he's in a lot of pain, but he gets up and he sort of shakes his robes and the dust all comes off. And he's like, "You lot are very naughty. I have plans. I have things to do." Bathus, you doing anything?
Let me just.
I will also point out the 4 prisoners are going because they're tied up to the statue.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let me I have a spear as well as a bow, and I'm going to stand by the prisoners and maybe with one hand maybe like fumble with the ropes to see if they can easily be untied, and with the other eye, like, keep an eye out. And what I want to do is try to defend the prisoners in case the wizard makes a move towards them.
Yeah, he's not at the minute, so that's fine. I can say you're successful getting Croesus free.
Okay, great.
Oh, Croesus.
He's very weak and tired. They look drained. They look skinnier. They've there's sort of life energy and stuff that's been sucked out of them. The wizard's about to do a spell on Kieran. Does anyone want to try and do something first?
I charge at the wizard with my two-handed sword, freed from his treacherous whispers. I think I accidentally step on Kieran's hand or something as I charge over. Okay.
All right. So you charge at the wizard. He's doing
yelling my name out as I leap into the air in an Conan arc.
All right. The whole area begins to shake. Roll your hack and slash.
And you have +1 because of the advantage I created with a backstab, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I have +1, and I also shouting out my name in the middle of this town as I leap to kill the thing. I think I'm pursuing my appetite of fame and glory.
Yep.
So I roll a d6 and a d8. The d6 is the higher die of the pair. The GM will introduce a complication or a danger that comes about due to the heedless pursuits. So just to maybe throw more stuff on you, it's not the highest dice. It is a 7, 9, 10. 10 plus.
Okay. For hack and slash, do damage and avoid their attack. Okay. So you get to, he would get his spell off, but he's you've cut him in half. He's not doing any more magic. However, the ground is shaking so much, the giant statue is going to fall. It's going to fall. Darko, you've got to do Defy Danger Dex because you were standing on top of it. It is going to fall on.
Okay.
I'm happy with
Deidre or Kieran.
My Defy Danger is 10.
I'm going to say, Kieran, you can do Defy Danger. You can either let Deirdre get the statue fall on it, or you can try and push her out of the way.
Well, I'm standing in defense of the hostages, so do I get a chance?
So you helped free them, so that way they get to run away from the statue.
Okay.
So the other 3 are safe.
He wants to play it cool, but first love, he's going to try and shove her out of the way.
All right, Defy Danger Dex. Darko, how did you go with yours?
I rolled a 10. 9
10.
plus
All
1.
right, so that's fine. So you, as the statue's falling down, you can just sort of run down and.
Yes. I run down when the statue falls. I just run down the back of the statue.
All right. So Bathurst, you untied the other three.
Great.
As a statue fell the other way, so you've got Croesus and the two miners. Again, they're tired and drained, but still alive. Kieran, how did you go?
That was an 8 total.
It's as you sort of push it to save her. It's either you're gonna take the weight and take the damage, or Tricena is. So Deidre's safe either way.
Well, I was going to say that if it's falling on Kieran, Tricena surges forward to protect his blood, his kin. And I'd like to roll defend, if that's possible. Yeah. Oh, no, it changed. It's only a 5. So I failed. To stand firm.
All right, so you trip, it falls on Kieran.
Oh no.
On the plus side, you've got 2 big harpy wings.
Yeah.
On the downside, I'm thinking one of your legs, at least one of your legs, is basically mashed to a pulp by the weight of the statue. So it is a fixable problem, but it's going to hurt like hell. And yeah, basically your legs just mushed.
So did the full-on leap, wings spread wide, shoved Deirdre out of the way.
Yep.
Saw out the corner of my eye, Christina reaching for me, and then smack.
Yeah, your leg is just pulped by a 60-foot marble statue. But hey, everyone else is all right. Okay. And the other 3, the Bathurst got 3. They're not fine; they're drained and tired, but they didn't get a statue land on them either. And the wizard is definitely dead. Tricena cut him in half. And yeah, that was the wizard Darko and Kieran ripped off before.
That guy looks really familiar. I can't think why.
Yeah.
Wait, we'll see if I can find the top half somewhere.
And this invisibility thing, it finally worked, Kieran. You really are, very powerful.
I pull Kieran
I
up
can
onto his
reach
feet.
out and grab Darko by the scruff of his tunic and painkillers.
I will grab you up onto your feet and stand you up, and then catch you when you fall up. Scream.
There's a fair bit of blood on the ground, and you can see his legs been mashed. Bathurst, what are you up to?
I'm stroking my chin and just sort of marveling at the savage beauty of this wilderness, this natural.
Well, it does look more natural with it now that the statue's fallen over.
No, I'm gonna call. So I'm gonna call over my mule Belly and see if I can, find some way to help Kieran. Maybe something.
Well, you can lean on the mule,
maybe put him on the mule to take him somewhere to be treated.
I have a poison, which is called oil of Taggart, and when it's applied, the target falls into a light sleep. So I can. This could really work.
I have a poison. We're like, yes. Sometimes it's better to put it into the kindness. Death is like.
Kieran, don't worry. I have this thing that will help you, and I pull out a bottle with a little skull drawn on it. And just trust me, I will apply this to your legs, and then you will feel better.
Yeah. I think we'll move into epilogues and stuff. Yeah. All right. Deirdre hugs Croesus, and then he just looks tired. But then she turns around and she sees Tricena, and she just drops Kieran and it just slowly moves towards. Sorry, she drops Process and moves towards Kieran. It's like, you look different now. What happened? You've come back to me. Does Kieran respond at all?
Yeah, one Kieran is unconscious at this point.
Just over the back of the mule.
And for the other, it might be the big arty wings that he now has.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
is
was
different.
missing before.
Definitely different.
Yep. Right. Tricena, what do you think sort of happens in the aftermath?
Tricena is in the bar drinking and telling the tale, showing the slice that chopped the wizard in half, and how you should always beware the organized, because they are but one step away from cracking. And he raises, though, a glass to the mighty wizard that made this possible. Kieran, blood of his blood.
I thought you were going to say Balthazar.
Blood of my blood. No, I say Kieran.
Darko, what do you think happens in the aftermath? What are you up to? Can be an hour later. It can be the next day. It can be a week later. What?
Yeah, I want to secretly return this piece of jewelry that Deirdre has, and just put it in the, hide it in her place, with a little note that says, "I got this for you again," and signed Kieran.
Oh, that's nice.
And with a little heart drawn under it.
Balthus, what do you think happens? Could be an hour later, the next day, week later.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm finishing up my little guide to the town. I write about some lines crossed out about the statue, but then I read about the benevolent badgers that you can find in the hillside nearby, and about correct the record about the stew, filling if mediocre, and maybe write something generous about how the ale tastes.
Yeah, I think you while you're sitting in a sort of an outdoor setting area while you're writing this, and there's a couple of badgers and they're sort of reading it and looking at you, and they wander off.
Yeah, perfect, great.
And yeah, Kieran, as I said, it could be an hour later, next day, week later.
I feel like it's probably like a week later, and his leg's starting to heal properly, and he's hobbling around with his staff. And he's just able to slightly walk, slightly limp. Hasn't quite figured out the wings yet. And he meets Deirdre, and she's got the present that Darko left for her. Sorry, Kieran, I made a terrible mistake. I should never have let you go. And Kieran's gonna try and do the stoic. No, we both need to move on. That time is past. Limp to the end next to the others. Guys, can we get out of town? I have no idea how to play it cool.
I thought you were gonna say no. We have, and then jump out of the window and soar off on your arms.
I think it's going to take him a little bit longer to figure out the wings. No, it's going to be, guys, you get me out of town. There's no way I can play this cool for more than a few more minutes.
Alrighty. Okay, let's do some end of session stuff. There wasn't a lot of failure. It was very disappointing.
I think it was a fair.
It was okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we did succeed a lot. Yeah.
We did a lot of success with complication, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you would have time to rest. So you would get all your hit points back if you got wounded. Yeah, your leg's going to take, probably a couple of months. Hell, I get twinges from my shoulder, and that was 4 months ago, and it was just broken. It wasn't mashed. Alrighty. So, did we learn something new and important about the world? Wizards can give people commands.
There's a alternate dimension just in step with the Gloom that's not the mortal world.
Yeah. Yep. Do we overcome a notable monster or enemy? I think so. He was doing an earthquake at the end. It was all going to go really badly. Do we loot memorable treasure? I'm not sure on that one.
Did my wings count?
Yeah, and you found love again, and then threw it in the bin like a heartless wench. No.
My one true love is magic. I cannot take it.
I was thinking more like an emotionally stunted CW character.
Which would be half of them. Yeah. So yeah, 3 XP each for that. You get an extra XP each for any 6 minus you rolled.
Well, I level up. Nice.
So how many XP total? I'm not sure.
3 plus 1 per failure.
Okay. So I have 4, I think.
You get an experience when you rolled help, right, as well?
Yeah. If you hold up.
Isn't that what bond is on the XP?
Did anyone's bond change?
Oh, is that
Or
bond
evolve?
changing? Ooh. Yeah, I'd like
did
to
anyone's bond evolved?
I'd like to change my bond of Kieran is puny and foolish, but amusing to me, to Kieran is more powerful than he knows.
Oh,
That's nice.
But still amusing.
I don't know, I feel like Tristan is uncouth and brutish, but he's family, and I appreciate that he looks out for me. Still first. I'm going to have to change the. Darko and I are no longer on the run from the wizardry roles.
Yeah. And maybe I will change no, I'm not sure. How I want to forfeit my debt, the debt that Kieran owes me, because he helped me with the invisibility and made me stronger. And now we're even, and I trust you perfectly.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go.
So maybe I will change this, but I'm not sure how to phrase it.
I think I'm going to just go with Darko forgave debt I owe him because we make a good team.
Yeah.
Anyone's bond with Balthus changed or evolved or?
I would say so. My idea was initially that all 3 of you were just helpless tenderfoots in this wilderness. But now, seeing Tricena's sort of preternatural bonds with these badgers, I think that he's really grown into sort of a tyro, like a novice, and wilderness explorer. So
You think
I
he's got
that's
potential?
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, Balthus has just proved his bond to me. His knowledge of the wilderness is incredible, and I don't understand how he manages in this wild so far from people like this.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Any stars and wishes? We'll start with Will since he's used to it.
Stars, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was, zany Dungeons and Dragons, like Gonzo fun. And I enjoyed all the little world building between it and our, the back and forth. And I loved all the conceits of the characters and Darko's, finally pulling off the invisibility stunt, the maneuver. Yeah. And should I do wishes as well? Blake?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Wishes wise, I'd say I definitely want to play more of Tricenter. It's definitely fun being a barbarian. I guess to hit some things that hit back, because I've got like 26 HP, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to be the meat shield, basically. And otherwise, I'm looking forward to just tooling around the Gloom a bit more and getting into more, picaresque adventures.
Darko, you want to go next?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. My star goes to the setting, which is really nice. I feel the setting through the people that we talk to and through the monsters, and the badgers were a nice touch, and that was a lot of fun. And my wish is to play Darko more. I want to explore his. He started in the first session as someone who has a change of heart of being more good-natured, and I wanted to explore this more, and I want to do it more in the future. That's my wish.
All right. Bathurst, do you have any stars and wishes?
Let's see. I think more. I hope to interact more with my mule and maybe have him do so. He has things like labor that he can do, so maybe I can somehow get him to do some like peasant work or mining work or something.
Yeah, working in the mines.
Yeah. And then that wilderness. In terms of stars, yeah, I thought very, very cool role playing. Like I like all the characters a lot, so I'm excited to get a chance to play with them more.
That's cool. And Kieran, last.
Stars, definitely our deep wilderness setting, and the knowledge that has brought to help guide us through it, because the rest of us are lost there. The way that evolved from a small joke into the backbone of that session was wonderful to me, and that was a combination of everyone's efforts. Stars, I'd like to see. Wants for next time. I'd like to see Kieran explore some more of his magic. I kind of like to see this party continue and see where that dynamic goes.
All right. No, that all went pretty well. It's you don't quite know Dungeon World, but it's good. Bloody hell. All right, we should leave it at that. Thank you all very much for coming. It was a good game.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Yeah, look forward to it.